Hello, fine people. Welcome to the year 2021. I am just now getting around to ranking all of my books from 2020. So, attempting to do a tier ranking, never done this before. These are my tier rankings for my 2020 books. We have at the top, we have My Precious, which are obviously going to be favorites. I did read Lord of the Rings this year, so I figured at the top should be a Lord of the Rings theme. So we have My Precious as my favorite books of the year. It could also include rereads. So I have quite a few rereads in here. Those could be ending up in the top tier as well. And I think I'll let you know if I come up to a reread. And then going down, we have Let's Read That Again Someday. So these are like 4-star books, if you will. They're not all-time favorites, but they're pretty solid, and I would totally read them again anytime, really, for any reason. I would not be opposed to reading them again. And then we have That Was a Pretty Good Time. So that's more like your 3-star books. Not necessarily forgettable. There might be some forgettable books in that category, but just kind of middle-of-the-road books. It was a good time, but nothing to write home about. And then next we have a little bit more of a negative tier. 2-star books we're going to call Thank You Next. So as the pop song implies, it's just kind of like, thank you, but next. Let's go on with our lives. Not going to be favorites there, but also not horrible. Those are going to be books that have some merit to me. And things that I can see other people liking, but it just didn't work for me. So that's that tier. And then at the bottom, pretty self-explanatory, Kill It With Fire. So the bottom tier, I don't expect to have a lot of books because those are going to be books that like are more offensive to me and things that I just did not like to their core. Things that I probably DNF'd, actually. We might have some DNFs in there. So those are the tiers. Let's get started. All right, so first we have Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. And I'm going to put this one, while I might read it again, I'm going to put it in That Was a Pretty Good Time because I wasn't super compelled to continue the series. I do still want to continue the series, and actually I've let so much time go by now, I probably ought to just reread Shadow and Bone and then go on with the series, but we'll see. I'm still thinking about whether or not I should do that, but it's gonna go there. Okay, next up we have Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre was a reread, and it is definitely one of my all-time favorite books. It is up here in My Precious. Always love Jane Eyre. I will reread that one forever. Anne of Green Gables also up here, but is it more than Jane Eyre? Ooh, actually. Okay, this is already difficult. Why did I do this to myself? I love Jane Eyre so much, but I think Anne of Green Gables is going to be above Jane Eyre. Okay, I feel pretty confident with that. Emperor's Soul. I need to reread this because I actually did this one on audio and I think some of the details escaped me and some of the world building escaped me. So I want to read this again someday. And it was pretty solid. It was a really solid short story. So I'm going to put it here for now. The Two Towers. Oh man. It's I love Lord of the Rings. It's maybe my yeah, okay, it's going to go here for now. And it's going to go under Jane Eyre. I think... Oh, I don't know, though. No, you know what? No, it's going to go above Jane Eyre. Sorry, Jane Eyre. You're getting bumped. Okay. Chamber of Secrets. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This was a reread. It's actually probably not a very favorite book. It's going to go here. But it's going to go maybe above this one. I feel like I just don't remember The Emperor's Soul that well. Okay, next we have Catch-22. Okay, this was a DNF. Catch-22 was a DNF for me, unfortunately. I really did not like this book. And do I hate it though? I really didn't like it. I'm going to put it here for now because I have no intention of ever coming back to this book or rereading it. I'm going to put it there. Let's go to Words of Radiance, which is totally on the other opposite side. This is a new favorite for sure. Where would I put it though? Would I put it above Green Gables? Oh, that's so hard. No. You know what? I think I would. Oh my gosh, would I? I don't know. Having an existential crisis right now. I just loved Words of Radiance so much. Okay, we're gonna leave it there for now. I think it actually does, as far as enjoyment goes, I think it goes above Anne a little bit. Just the tiniest little bit. So, this is hurting me now. The Return of the King is, I'm just gonna lump these together because I actually do think I enjoy them in this order. I think I enjoy Two Towers and then Return of the King. So that's going there. Okay, Middlemarch. Did not love this, but I don't want to say kill it with fire, because I think it does have merit as a work, and I think if I revisit this one someday, I think it'll be maybe something that I can find more things to like in it. So I'm going to put it here. Thank You. We have our first Thank You Next book. Case for Faith. This one, it wasn't super great. It wasn't super good. I'm going to put it in, I don't even really want to put it in That Was a Pretty Good Time. It's so hard. I might move this one, but I'm going to put it here for now. We'll see. It might move around. Okay, The Muse. This was a historical fiction book that caught me by surprise for how much I did like it. So, would I reread it though? I don't know if I would reread this one. I'm going to put it here, but above Shadow and Bone. Oh, where? There. Okay. Hero of Ages, which is the third book in the Mistborn series. Mistborn, oh man, I think Mistborn's all gonna be up here. Like, I just love Mistborn so much. I don't know where Hero of Ages is gonna rank exactly, but it's definitely up here. Wow, I think I have more favorites so far than anything else. That's interesting. Okay, Crime and Punishment. I'm not going to call it a new favorite, but it's really solid. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it at the top of Let's Read It Again Someday, because I definitely would, and I would recommend it as a really awesome classic. So, Crime and Punishment's going right there. The Sun Is Also a Star. Okay, this was one of those YA contemporaries that I just disagreed with fundamentally to its core. I did not agree with the message that it sends. I thought it didn't do a good job. So it's going in Kill It With Fire, guys. I think I dislike it even more than Catch-22. So it's going... Well, actually, how am I going to do this ranking? Because should I have the first book to be the one I don't like, or the last book to be the one I don't like? I think the last book. Okay, so we're going to put it after Catch-22. I do not like that book. Yeah, I feel good about that. Okay, Secret Garden. The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Let's read that again someday, but it's going to be maybe low on the tier. I'd put it here. Yeah. Okay, Fruits Basket. So sadly, I kind of forgot I was reading Fruits Basket throughout the year, and I'm only like 2 books away from the end of the series, and I just never continued. So Fruits Basket is a little bit forgettable to me, to be honest. I'm going to put it here. It's just a pretty good time, and it's going to be, I think both of these I'm going to put together, they're going to be low on that tier. I just forget what happens in this manga for some reason. I think there's just a lot of characters to keep track of, and if you're not reading them like one after another, I think it's hard to keep track of the story and all the different subplots. So I kind of just want to restart Fruits Basket, actually. That's probably what I should do because I feel like I've forgotten a lot of things. So Fruits Basket, can't talk. Fruits Basket is there. I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith. This was really fun to read because it was also part of a read-along, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And would I read it again? I would. I liked it more than Secret Garden. Probably liked it more than Emperor's Soul. Do I like it more than Harry Potter? Nah. It's going in the middle. It's going right there. Okay, Oathbringer. I'm going to have a hard time figuring out where to put Oathbringer. Because it's great. And the Stormlight Archives in general is a new favorite. But where would I put it? Would I put it above Lord of the Rings? I feel like that's sacrilegious. Let's put it under Lord of the Rings. Oh, but I wouldn't even put it over Jane Eyre or Hero of Ages. Shoot! Would I put it over Hero of Ages? How about there? No, there. Oh, this is so hard. I can't decide. I knew I was going to have a hard time with Oathbringer. Or maybe I should just put it here. And let's read it again someday. No, I'm going to put it up here. Because I did super love Oathbringer. I didn't love it more than Hero of Ages. I'm going to put it after Hero of Ages. I have decided. Phew, that was hard, guys. Okay, The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. I really enjoyed this one. I would totally read it again. It's about Mozart's sister, and I thought that was just a really neat perspective, and it was well researched. Marie Lu definitely put her heart and soul into that book. I really liked it. I'm gonna put it, but it's probably not as good as Emperor's Soul. Let's go to here. Let's go here. What is this? Is this Dawn Chart? Or no, this is Edge Dancer. Couldn't tell by just the symbol. This is Edge Dancer. It's a solid novella. I liked it a lot. I would read it again, but should it go in that category? If it does, it should go pretty low. It's a good time, and I like Lift. I like following that character a lot. Okay, we'll put it here. But it'll be low up there. The Book of Boy. Okay, the more I think about this book, this is a middle grade book, and I just felt like the execution was bad. I felt like the story was bad. It had a good kind of initial idea, but I just didn't find it to be done well, and I thought it was boring for kids. If I was a kid, I probably would have been bored by it pretty quickly. Is it Thank You next or Kill It With Fire? Do I hate it that much? I don't know. I kind of appreciate what it sort of tried to do, but it's just super not a good middle grade idea. It would have been maybe a cool adult book idea, but not middle grade, I thought. Ugh. The Fellowship of the Ring. I think this is my order. I do love The Fellowship as, I think, my favorite Lord of the Rings book. Yep. It's just, that's the order. Fellowship, Two Towers, Lord of the Rings. So I feel pretty good about that. I'm feeling good about the order here. Yeah, I am. Okay, solid. Let's go to The Giver. The Giver was a good surprise, actually. I did like it. I think I would I read it again? Or was it just a good time? I'm going to put it was a good time, but I'm going to put it here. It's at the top of a good time. I do want to continue with the series, and I do own the other books in the series. So I do want to continue. I'm going to put it there for now. Actually, maybe that's too low. How about... No, I'm going to go with my gut. Stick to your gut, Victoria. Let's go there. The Sorcerer's Stone. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This was a reread. Here's my thing with Harry Potter. The earlier books aren't my all-time favorites. Some of the later books are. So I'm going to put it... It's not on my precious, I would say. I'm going to put it here after Crime and Punishment. But... before Chamber of Secrets, because I do like the first book more than the second book. So, there we go. I feel good about that. Okay, Sword of Kaigen. This is just such a fantastic book. And the more I think about it, it's just so good. Would I call it an all-time favorite? This is the question. I think it's a better book than Oathbringer. Ugh, that's kind of stressful. Is it a better book than Hero of Ages? No, not quite. I think it's gonna go there. It's gonna go above Oathbringer. I think it's a new favorite for sure. Sword of Kaigan. I want to read everything that this author does because it was so good. Okay, next we have Rilla of Ingleside. So, Rilla of Ingleside is the last book in the Anne of Green Gables series, and I totally loved it. I'm not sure how I'm going to rate the Anne books because I hadn't decided this beforehand. Let's do this. Anne of Ingleside is going to go in, let's read that again someday, but it's pretty high up there. I would say it's above Harry Potter. Is it above Harry Potter? I don't know. Ugh. This is the problem with series, guys. It's so hard to rank series in this way. I don't know why I decided to do this. Yeah, okay. We're going to go with that. We're going to put it above Harry Potter. I do like the Anne series more than I like Harry Potter. A Good Marriage by Kimberly McCrae. This is one of the very few thrillers that I read, and it was okay. This is definitely in this middle tier here. I think we're going to put it here. After Shadow and Bone, but before A Case for Faith. We're going to put it there. Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. I really liked Starsight a lot. I need to reread it to figure out if it's like a new favorite series. I would read it again. Do I like it more than Crime and Punishment? Yeah, I kind of do. Really? Overall? Okay, yeah, no, I think I would. I really like that series a lot, and I can't wait to see where it goes from there. I do need to reread Starsight, though, so maybe I'll do that in 2021. Actually, I probably will. I want to reread them before the third book comes out. Beach Read by Emily Henry. This was a big surprise. This was a surprise that I loved it so very much. It's going to be high up in this tier, I think. Even though I gave it 5 stars, I don't think it's a My Precious kind of book. I think it's going to be down here, but below Harry Potter. I think I had more fun reading Beach Read than I did Capture the Castle. So I'm going to put it here. Beach Read was a surprisingly amazing book for what it looks like it is. It's actually much more deep than it looks. It looks like a fluffy, like, throwaway book that you literally read on the beach, right? And then you forget about, but it actually had a lot of depth, and I appreciated what it did. All right, next up we have Walk Two Moons, which was a reread for me way back from when I was a kid. It wasn't as good as when I was a kid. I think I'm going to put it down here. I'm going to put it above The Muse, but after The Giver. So middle grade's doing pretty good in this third tier. Taking over the top there. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do Dawnchard by Brandon Sanderson. Now, I have to figure out, did I want to put Dawnchard here? I didn't love Dawnchard as much as I loved Edge Dancer, just because I like Lift a little bit more as a character. Let's just put it here. I would totally read Dawnchard. I would totally read Dawnchard again. But I think from an enjoyment perspective, I keep saying that, an enjoyment perspective, I think it's going to be after Edge Dancer for me. So let's go there. Next up, The Hiding Place by Corey Ten Boom. This is definitely a My Precious book. Where would I put it, though? Yeah, I would put it above these ones, I think. Let's put it here. Let's go in there. After Jane Eyre. The Hobbit. Okay, so The Hobbit is one... Actually, I like Lord of the Rings a good deal more than I like The Hobbit, but it still is an all-time favorite. I'm going to put it after Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. I just don't like it quite as much as the Lord of the Rings trilogy itself, so it's going right there. Anne of Windy Poplars. So this is the fourth book in the Anne of Green Gables series. This one's okay. It's a little bit formulaic as a book. The characters, some of them kind of blend together and feel a little repetitive. It's not my favorite Anne book. Gonna go above these ones. It's gonna go above this one. It's gonna go above this one. It's gonna go above this one. Yep, it's gonna go to the top. It's gonna go there. The top of the middle rank. Okay, next up. Elantris. I loved Elantris. So this was actually the first Cosmere book that I read. And so it has a special place in my heart. The story was so much better than it had any right to be. It was really, really good. I loved what they did with the characters and the way that the characters grew. It's definitely a little character piece, I think. Is it better than Oathbringer? I don't know. Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think I would put it above Oathbringer. I think I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it at the end of My Precious. That's kind of surprising. I'm surprising myself with that. Okay, next up. What is this? Is this Mistborn? Yeah, this is just the weird cover of Mistborn, and I never recognize what this book is. But it's Mistborn. I don't love it as much as Hero of Ages. I think Hero of Ages is a better book. I'm going to put it after Hero of Ages, but before Sword of Kaigan. Let's do that. The Well of Ascension. This is actually my favorite Mistborn book. I would put it above Hero of Ages. Strangely enough. I think the second book does so much to open the world, and it just blows everything out of the water. And I loved like the moral dilemmas that were explored in it too. So Well of Ascension I think is my favorite one. Now, what is this? Is this Emma? I think this is Emma. It's not the cover that I read, so I was like, who is this? What is this book? Okay, it's Emma. Let's read that again someday. But it's lower on that list. That's tricky. Okay, we'll leave it there. I can't put it lower than these. Guys, this is ridiculously difficult. Out of the ones that I would reread, I would put it here. Oh, my phone went off and it was alarming. Okay, The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is a fantastic book. Do I like Words of Radiance a little bit better? I think I do. I think I would put it here. I'm going to say I like it more even than Anne. I'm so sorry, Anne, but I think it's true. The Way of Kings goes right there. Assassin's Apprentice. This is an interesting book because while I was reading it, it was a little bit dry at times and was a little bit boring at times. But once you get through it to the end, it's like amazing and it's magical, and Hobb is just an amazing writer. So I don't know if it's my precious yet. I don't know if it's on my I need to finish the whole trilogy to figure out if it's a new favorite, but it's pretty high up here. It's before Starsight. How come there? Okay, it's here. It's just not quite in the my precious ranking, but it's definitely high up. It's gonna kick all these out of the way. So this is now gonna get weird because we have all the Anne books and I don't know where I'm gonna put them. But I have Anne of Avonlea, which is the second book in the Anne of Green Gables series. I'm gonna say I didn't love it as much as the first one. Is it even in this first tier? I don't think it is. I think it's here. It's here. Yep, it's here. Let's put it there. After Starsight, before Crime and Punishment. Okay, Anne of Ingleside. I honestly don't even remember this one. Is that sad? I think it's gonna have to go here because I don't remember what happens in the sixth book. It's just like a blur. I'm gonna put it here and after Windy Poplars because I at least remember some of Windy Poplars, but I don't remember the sixth book at all. So it's going there. Anne of the Island. Anne of the Island is a good one. We also get a lot of Gilbert in this one. It's above Avonlea. It's above Avonlea. It's going to go right there. Let's put it there. Let's do Anne's House of Dreams. So this is an interesting one because when I read it, I actually didn't like it as much, but Now that time has gone by, I have learned to really appreciate what this book does. I think Anne's House of Dreams, yeah, I think it's one of my favorites in the series, which is weird because I didn't feel that way when I read it. But with some space between the books, I think Anne's House of Dreams is really great. It's a sad one, though. I think that's what threw me off, is how sad it was. But that sadness has, like, stuck with me. So I have to give it credit there. I'm going to put it at the end of the top tier. Rainbow Valley. This one's pretty easy. I think I know where this one's going to go. I think it goes here. It's a solid one. I liked it well enough. I'm going to put it above Ingleside. Yeah, I'm going to put it above Ingleside just because I can't remember anything that happened in Ingleside. Ay. I think maybe because I didn't like Ingleside as much. But let's put Rainbow Valley just a little bit above Ingleside. Okay. Throne of Glass. We're getting to the end, guys. Throne of Glass. This one is near the bottom. It's either here or here. Is it Thank You Next? I think it's Thank You Next because I did have some fun reading this one. Even though I had a lot of issues with it. I don't think it's Kill It With Fire exactly, because I didn't hate every second. I can see why people like it. It has some pretty exciting action, especially towards the end of the book. I liked the like last third of the book a lot. I just didn't like the first 2/3. So I'm gonna put it here at the bottom. It's just barely hanging on by a thread to be in that tier. So it's in Thank You Next because I won't be continuing with probably any of Sarah J. Maas. I think Sarah J. Maas is not for me. So Thank You Next. The Westing Game. This one is also more forgettable as I go. I didn't love this one. And I also didn't think it was a great children's book either. I'm going to put it... I actually probably had more fun reading Throne of Glass. I'm going to put it here. That's surprising. I actually didn't think it was going to be that low, but it is. Way back, like in the beginning of last year, I read Bossy Pants by Tina Fey. This was fine. I didn't love it as much as some other memoirs that I've read by comedians. This one, I just felt like it was a little bit surface level, and I would have liked to learn more about her. I felt like she kept the reader at an arm's length quite a bit. So it's going in this middle one. It still gave me a few chuckles. I think it's gonna go... Yeah, it's gonna go here. Actually, I like Fruits Basket a little more. It's gonna go at the end. Yeah, it's gonna go there. One more book. Oh my gosh, we've made it. This has been a project, guys. I didn't expect this to be so stressful. Children of Blood and Bone was a DNF. I think we need to put it down here. Catch-22 at least was interesting for some of it. But Children of Blood and Bone just was not interesting. I don't understand why people like this book. I think it's going there. Kill It With Fire. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is my tier ranking. I don't know how I feel about it. Okay, I'm going to just go over real quick and see if I agree with what I did. See, already I think Jane Eyre needs to be higher. I don't think Jane Eyre should be so low. Ooh, I think it should be above The Hobbit. Above The Hobbit, but after Lord of the Rings. Corrie ten Boom, I think, can stay there. I think Mistborn's in a good place. Sword of Kaigan, I think, is in a good place. Kind of feel bad for Oathbringer, though. Like, I don't know. Should Oathbringer be this low? I feel kind of bad for him. Because I did really like Oathbringer. Like, a lot of what the book did. I think it needs to go above Mistborn. Shoot. I don't know, guys. This is too hard. Should I just put it up with Stormlight Archives and put it at the end and just keep the series together? Ugh, so hard. You know what, guys? I'm going to do it. I'm just going to put all the Stormlight Archives books together, but I'm going to put it third. I think that's probably the best way to do the series because I've noticed I've kept the series together and then I've just rearranged them. So I think as a whole, we're going to keep the Stormlight Archives together. Yeah, and then the novellas can just stay in this tier. I think that works. So I feel better about that. But do I want to do that with Anne of Green Gables? Ooh. No, you know what? I don't, because I don't think the standard is quite the same for all of the Anne of Green Gables books. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my guns with that one. Okay, I feel good about that. Thank you. Next. I feel good about those. Kill It With Fire. Actually, you know what? Throne of Glass. Surprisingly, I want to put it up here. Yeah, I think Throne of Glass just succeeds more at what it wants to do than the Book of Boy does. So I'm actually going to switch that one. And then Kill It With Fire. I don't know. I almost don't want to put this here. I didn't hate it. It was just so boring that I DNF'd it. Yeah, let's put it at the top of that one. Okay, guys, if I keep looking at this, I will drive myself insane. This is my tier ranking for now. And this is really interesting. Yeah, I think this works. This is what I read in 2020. This is where I would rank them. So let me know down in the comments if I have absolutely infuriated you with where I've put some of these books. It's interesting looking at them as a whole, because I think when I arrange them, I think I look more at what made me happy and how I enjoyed the book rather than even some other factors. So if we're just looking at it on an enjoyment perspective, this is where we're at. So interesting. I don't know if I'll do another one of these because I'm like sweating, guys. I'm sweating. This was really stressful. But thank you for watching, and I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Thank you for hanging in there, and let me know down in the comments what was your favorite book that you read in 2020. I would love to know. You can follow me in a number of other places as well, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more bookish content from me. I'm excited to read more books in 2021 and see what happens at the end of this year and do a whole another torturous tier ranking video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you're reading something amazing, and until next time, bye-bye.